Yes, you could fit it in there. Does it fit wonderfully? No, it could still fall over. Hey friends, welcome back. Today we are going to do a really fun comparison on the Louis Vuitton On-The-Go MM and the Louis Vuitton Neverfull MM. This video hopefully is helpful for you to be able to see the side-by-side comparison and the what's in my bag, try on, and all that good stuff. So if you enjoy all things authentic luxury, handbags, and more, make sure you check out abbymbags.com for available inventory, and over on social media if you want to connect in the community there at Abby Moore. But without further ado, let's jump into today's video and check out these two wonderful pieces side by side. All right, friends, like I said, we are going to be doing a side-by-side comparison today. I'm really hoping that this is a helpful video for you to be able to see if one bag might be better for you than the other, or if maybe both of these are just a perfect choice for your collection. So we're going to just dive in and check out one bag and then the other, and then we're going to look at them side by side, check out what fits inside, the try-on, and all of that. First, I want to start off with the Louis Vuitton On-The-Go MM. This bag has the shoulder carry option as well as the handle carry, and I absolutely love both of these. I've used this on a daily basis and really found it to be comfortable and easy to use, and honestly fell in love with it as soon as I started using this piece. A couple things I want to note with this bag that are a little bit different than the Neverfull are the two handle carry options. That's a little bit different. We also see that the handle carry goes inside of the bag. So my little tip for you guys is how I use this fold-in strap without it getting in the way and being kind of wonky with your items. What I do is, see how the straps can kind of go on top and they can kind of get mixed in with your items and you have to reach around those. What I like to do is I get the strap and I tuck it alongside the organizer, right between the organizer and the bag. This allows you to have plenty of room for your items and not feel like you're, fighting with the strap to get your items in and out. I honestly use the hand carry option on this piece more. I do like the option of having the shoulder carry, and I do use it from time to time. But generally, if I'm out and about, I just kind of go with the handle carry on this. But this allows me to be able to tuck them in seamlessly and use the bag really easily. And it also helps prevent the damage from the straps. So that's a wonderful option for this piece. Now, the organizer, as you can tell, this bag has a little bit of a dip in the side, which is a little tricky to tell at first glance because it kind of just looks like a square shaped tote, but it does actually go in on the sides. So when you're looking for that organizer, just make sure you find the right size for the On-The-Go MM, or if you have a GM or whatever size you have. And this one, I believe I have the regular size that was supposed to go for the On-The-Go. Now, some brands do differ a little bit and they give you measurement ideas, but I will link that in the comments below for you guys as well. So let's move on now to the Neverfull MM. This one is a favorite for so many, and I can totally understand why. It's a very easy to use tote, very comfortable and lightweight. Now, yes, it can get very heavy and it can pull on your shoulders if you put those items in there. For me, that was really once I started using it for my laptop and notebooks and really piled the items in that it got heavy. Now, when I used it for my purse/mom bag, I did not find that to be an issue and it was really comfortable. A couple things on this bag that make it really popular are the double handle carry. You also have the side clinches. So you have that option to pull in the sides and to give it a little bit different shape, which also gives you a little bit different size as well. It kind of sizes the bag down and it's really such a cute option. But I love being able to do that in the Neverfull. This one actually is one of my favorites to clinch the sides on the MM or the GM and then add some little bag charms to the side. It is just so cute. Now on this piece, if you do find that it is too heavy for you or the straps kind of dig in your shoulders, there is a remedy for that, friends, and I'll have that in the description below. It's a little shoulder pad that you actually clip around your handles, and it kind of makes it a single carry type at the top because it goes on both of them. There's also another one that I will link for you as well that is individual shoulder pads, and that one just kind of thickens the strap a little bit and gives it a little bit extra cushion for that carrying of the bag to sit on your shoulder. A couple things to note when we go into side by side though. Let's check out the drop length. All right, so the On-The-Go is a tad longer as well as a tad thicker. I'm not sure if you can tell because of how close they are, but the On-The-Go is a little, just a hair longer. I will add that drop length for you guys as well. This is what they look like side by side as well as this way. They are honestly very similar in what they can carry. Now the Neverfull obviously is a little bit bigger, So if you have the everyday carry, it depends on kind of how much slouch you want in the Neverfull, or if you want more of the structure to it. So there is some options for that as well. If you prefer a little bit more structure, you can add a base shaper and an organizer, or you could just add one to kind of give you that structure and feel to the bag. Now, another thing I will share with you, friends, is if you pull the side clinches in, let's go ahead and do that on both sides. What size you would look like you would have here. You kind of tuck it in a little bit. Let's just fully clench it. Let's not pretend we're clenching it. Let's just go ahead and pull it in and see what it looks like. All right, so there's one. And then we'll compare the sizes with it pulled in. The thing I want to share with you though is when you pull in the sides, you're actually not going to be able to use the regular size organizer. So I will link that as well, what size I use when I clench the MM. Now the GM will be different. On that one, if you have a GM instead of an MM and you pull that, I do have a full length video on what I use for that one as well over on Amazon, the organizer. This is what it would look like with the sides clenched in and pulled in, and that on the go. We'll go with the shoulder strap over here and what that would look like size wise. So it's really up to you on what you're wanting to use the bag for. If you want that little bit extra space, like I said, we are going to be checking out a what's in my bag as well to see how these bags fit and what's inside and all that good stuff, so you guys can make the best choice for your collection. Again, if it's one or maybe it's both. Let me know in the comments below, what's your favorite bag? Have you used one? Are you dreaming of one? I love hearing from you guys, but without further ado, let's check out what's in my bag and how these bags fit. All right, friends, we are going to start off with the Louis Vuitton Onthego MM. This one is a perfect option for everyday carry. I love doing the hand and arm carry on this and still having the option for that strap for the shoulder. This is more of an everyday style. So what I'm going to do is show you how I pack this for every day, and then how that transitions over to my Neverfull, as well as what additionally fits in the Neverfull that might not fit in here. So we will go ahead and cover that right off the bat with the laptop. Okay, give me one moment. Let's see how we get this in. Okay, so this is the MacBook Air, and I wanted to show you what this looks like inside. We're going to see if we can get it in the pouch. It actually does fit in the organizer. So technically, yes, you could get it in there. This is how it looks. Let's tip it. Let's go the other way so it doesn't fall over on me. My little case is cracked on the bottom. So that is how it fits in there. So technically, yes, you could fit it in there. Does it fit wonderfully? No, it could still fall over. However, if you're just running into the office and you need to toss it in and have that option, you could do that and still have room with the shoulder carry or hand carry. And it has a little bit of space at the top, but overall it's a little much. And this is the MacBook Air that I have. So that's what it looks like in there. Let's go ahead and check out that everyday carry and what that looks like. All right, starting off, I have today some of those go-to items, the key holder, as well as the compact pouch. I do use this a lot of times as my wallet. You guys know I talk about this all the time. Today I just have it for an extra card holder to put in there. Let's see if we can get this in. I'm sliding on that organizer. If you guys want the link to the organizer, you can check out the description of the video as well. I have that posted for you, as well as the size on that, because they do have different sizes for different on-the-go sizes as well. The Toiletry 15, this one has been such a staple in my collection. It's the catch-all for everything. And I do still organize my bags, even with the organizers in there. Today we have Quest crackers, Chomps, because they're always in there, and that gum. I like to have pouches for the snacks most times, unless they are sealed, and I know that they're not going to risk hurting something in the bag, especially, you know, if I have the organizer, it makes me feel a little bit better about that as well. Little kids bar. That goes in there. Mommy always has some kind of snack with her. My sunglasses, those are always in that chunky case for these ones. So I do like a bag that can hold that. Also, just wanted to mention the line at the bottom. The line at the bottom is a soft Velcro piece where the organizer had a middle section that I did not really care for. So I took it out and just go with this. There is that. Next, I have my manicure kit that always goes. I actually the other day switched to a smaller bag because I'll share this with you guys, because you always see that manicure kit and you probably wonder what it's for. But the other day we were out running errands, and we actually had a need for the little, there's like little scissors in there, and I just use them if the kids have like a string on their shirt or if there's some kind of tag or something. Anyway, we needed them, and I actually didn't have them for once. So the one time I didn't have them. So I was kind of bummed. I usually always have them. So next I have the Louis Vuitton MM agenda. This one typically goes with me if I go on a road trip or something and I need just a pad of paper a little bit bigger than the PM. That fits in there really nice as well. Then I have hair clippy. That one fits in here as well. Then I have today, this is the everything. Everything can go in here. Everything. Sarah wallet. So receipts. It feels like a bajillion cards, a lot of cards. If you want to know how many, I can count the card slots. It's got pockets everywhere. It's a huge wallet. I typically cannot fill this completely, but it's really beautiful. So that one goes right on the top as well. The other one I like using and switching out sometimes as a wallet is that little pouch that I've showed you guys that I put other things in. And that one fits. I wanted to bring that and show you what that looks like. I am pushing on the wrong, whoop, there we go. Oh, we put these on the wrong side. That's why. I put them on the wrong side. There we go. And that's what that would look like in there. All right, are you ready to transition this over to the Neverfull and see what that looks like? Okay, so let's take out the pouch. I have the pouch in there. We're just going to take it out for a moment. I do not have an organizer in here. Let me know in the comments below if you guys prefer the organizer and which one you like in there. I do have one in the description for you as well. I just want to transition this over to the full tote and share with you, like I said, what that looks like typically for me if it's not everyday carry. How that would look. This is a Louis Vuitton Orsay, which I absolutely adore. And this one actually was from my husband for Mother's Day one year. And it's got all the snacks. This one is so easy to clean. I would rather my snacks be in here for the kiddos than just put them in the bag. So those are in there. Actually, these would go in there as well, but I will save you me having to reload that for you to watch. But we have that agenda going in there. The sunglasses. How I like to line this up is usually if I have my everyday carry kind of on one side and then my additional items on the other. You'd have the key pouch, you know, whatever I'm using for my wallet, and the keys. I've switched it over to that thin one. I guess it was the other one's over there. The pack of gum, which there is another pack of gum in there for the kiddos because they're absolutely loving that bubble gum. That Toiletry 15 pouch, that one lines up there perfectly. Manicure kit, and we'll just stick the Rogue bar in there because it is. The hair clippy that jumps in. And where did I did have that laptop. Extra kid sunglasses because they're always needing to take them. So I wanted to share with you what this looks like first, and then we'll go ahead and put the laptop in and see what that looks like. So that's without it. The laptop actually can fit either way, length or width-wise. I just, whoop, there we go. Bada bing, bada boom. There we go. In there perfectly. You have extra room at the top if you wanted to. I guess you could turn it the other direction. I prefer this way. And it holds up really nice. As long as you have those other items in there and it lays out really well. You can additionally get a base shaper too if you want to keep the bottom a little bit more secure and have that extra structure at the bottom. So that is an option. You can add that as well with the, you know, organizer if you prefer to do that too. So let me know in the comments, how do you prefer to use your Neverfull MM, or what would you use one for if you got one? I'm curious to hear from you all. And which one would you choose? Would you choose the Neverfull or the On The Go if you had to pick one? Do you think you'd have to go with both? Let me know. I love hearing from you guys. Let's check out the try on of these beautiful bags and see how they fit and compare side by side. All right, friends, we're gonna start off by trying on the On The Go, then we're gonna do the Neverfull, and then both side by side so you can see which one might work better for you. I am 5'5" for reference, so let's go ahead and get started. The On The Go, we're going to do the shoulder carry first. This is a really great option for this bag. I love that it's a shoulder carry that has some more structure to it. It makes it so it's really just a very professional look, but still really, really fun. And I absolutely love this piece. It also has those handles so we can tuck on the straps and we can do an arm carry. This is what I tend to go to with this piece. It's such a classic and I absolutely love it. It actually is really comfortable and easy to use like this. And I find myself reaching for it this way more than the shoulder carry. I do tend to do the shoulder carry from time to time, but this is my favorite way. And one of the little tips I like to share with you all that I learned to keep those handles looking fabulous is if you go to carry it with one hand, if you put one of your fingers in between them and just try to prevent the two handles knocking together, it helps keep that edging for a long time. So that is the On The Go. Moving on to the Neverfull. So we already have it side clenched from our fun intro part where we got to check it out. But this is what it looks like with the sides clenched, and then we'll go ahead and take them off. So like I said, the strap is a little, just a hair shorter than the On The Go. However, it is a little bit slouchier and sits a little bit more close to your body if you don't have it completely full. Then if we want to go ahead and undo the side clenches, it widens it and gives it a more broad fit, but it also still has that slouchiness, so it can fit really nice on your shoulder. If you want the link to that shoulder pad or the individual ones or the singular one, that will be in this description for you guys as well, and that can help. You can, however, do an arm carry with this bag. It might dig a little bit more if you do that, but I have done that from time to time just because out of habit and how I carry my bags. So that is the Neverfull. So if we go side by side on these two pieces, this is what it's going to look like for the difference. The Neverfull and how it sits, and then going over to the On The Go on this side. So we have the On The Go, the Neverfull, how low they sit when you wear them, the little bit extra slouch that we see on the Neverfull versus the On The Go, where it is a little bit more structured there and sticks out a little bit more. It's still really comfortable and beautiful. I know some people do prefer to kind of push it back a little bit so it's not under their arm, under their shoulder, but like farther, a little bit farther back. I tend to not do that, but that is another option as well if you want to push it a little bit farther back. So let me know in the comments which one you prefer, if you love both of them, if you would choose one of them over the other. I'm curious to hear from you all. Don't forget to join me over on social media. I would love for you to join the community over there, over at Abby Moore. And if you want to check out all things authentic luxury, abbymbags.com. But until next time, bye friends.